Hi, my name is Ashley Rice and welcome to my YouTube channel. Okay, you guys, a while back I had Simple Life request that I do a video on coconut pulling because I've mentioned it in a few of my videos, but specifically when I did the brandless haul, I got some coconut oil and I mentioned I would probably just mostly use this for coconut pulling. And this is something I discovered last year and have been doing off and on for like the last year, and I have definitely seen some results in my teeth health, all the bacteria that's in there, and even the dentist has noticed some improvement with my teeth. Some background about all the stuff going on in my mouth. I don't have the best teeth in the world. They stain really easily. I get cavities really easily. Like as a child, I would brush my teeth twice a day and I wasn't like rough about it. I would brush them as you were supposed to. I probably flossed once a week though, to be honest, and I would still go to the dentist and I would get like so many cavities, and it's just because my teeth are not the greatest. The bacteria that's in there is not the greatest. I do a lot of acidic foods just because I really like that style of food. I also drink a lot of kombucha, which is not necessarily great for my mouth, but is really helpful for my gut bacteria, which is the main reason that I do drink it. So I have a lot of teeth issues, and I find that coconut pulling is just something that helps a little bit, and I don't do it every single day. I maybe do it once a week, and in busy seasons once a month. So I don't even do it very frequently, but I thought I would share this with you guys and give you some tips because I tried to do it as the internet told me the first time that I ever did it, and my mouth was so sore, you guys. I didn't want to talk for like 3 days. So I figured I'd give you some of the tips and the tricks that I've learned as I've been doing coconut pulling. But basically all you're going to need when you're doing coconut pulling is some coconut oil. And if you look this up online, I got some varying amounts of like how much coconut oil you should put in your mouth. But the average answer that I see is usually 1 tablespoon. Now here's my first piece of advice. Do not do this the first time that you do coconut pulling. As you're swishing it around in your mouth, it collects stuff and also collects spit, so then it just like expands in your mouth. That's basically what it feels like. So instead of just having 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, you have like all the spit you've collected as well. So by the end of it, you're like trying to hold it all in and it just hurts. So what I would recommend for your first few times doing it, start with a teaspoon. You just got to get used to like what it feels like, what you're doing, and also how much spit you collect during that time. On a regular basis, I have a smaller mouth, so I'm probably never going to do a full tablespoon just because by the end of it, like my jaw hurts because there's just so much liquid in my mouth. So I usually do about 3/4 tablespoon. That's kind of how much I put on there. Now here's the thing, you could just straight up put this in your mouth, however it feels really funky if you don't melt it. So I usually get a little bowl that I have here and I melt it, and then I put it in my mouth and swish it around. Another thing you'll see is there's varying times on how long you should be swishing and how aggressive you should be like swishing all of it in your mouth. This is what I'm gonna say. Your first time doing it, start with 10 minutes. You can go up to 20. I probably wouldn't do any more than that just because you're gonna get tired, and I don't know if it's beneficial after that point. And the other piece of advice I will give you is do not be aggressive about it. And as I am talking about this, I'm going to put some footage over here kind of showing some examples. The first time that I did it, I was like really going at it. I was trying to get in all the crevices, and I was going to be really sure about it because it said I was supposed to be vigorously swishing coconut oil in my mouth. And 5 minutes in, you guys, I wanted to cry. I was in so much pain. Do not do this. It was horrible. So now what I do is I'll do slower motions. I'll still like try to get it in between my teeth, but I'll do a lot more gentle, slower motions, and it still collects a ton, and my jaw is not killing me by the end of the 10 to 20 minutes. On a regular basis, I would say I really gauge off of what my mouth is feeling like. So if my mouth fills up really quick, I usually go for the 10 minutes. If it's not filling up as much, but my jaw starts to hurt, I usually go around 15 minutes, and then on those days that I'm feeling really good about it, I go the full 20. That doesn't happen very often though. Okay guys, I just melted it. There is, I can't really show you because it's gonna fall out, but there's little chunks that are left in there. They're very small. And I did this for about 15 seconds. If you have a higher functioning microwave, because we have a kind of an old one, you probably could get away with 10 seconds. So I would just keep a close eye on it. And as it's like almost completely done melting, I would stop because you do not want the coconut oil to get too hot. It's going to be really bad for your mouth. Okay, but once you've gotten to this point, you just throw it in your mouth and you just gently swish it. You do not want to be vigorous about it. You are really going to hurt your jaw. Another tip is if you feel like your mouth is getting to the limit, like it cannot hold any more liquid, it's totally fine to spit it out. Do not spit it down your sink because coconut oil is going to solidify and then it's going to clog everything down there, and it's just not good. So what you want to do is you want to spit it into a garbage. So I got my little little handy dandy one right there. But I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and I'll show you a little bit of me swishing it all around in there, and then I'll come back at the end and tell you what you need to do after you've done coconut pulling. Here we go. Whew. Okay guys, just finished. I had it in there roughly for about 18 minutes and my mouth just started to get tired. I would recommend staying by the garbage because you are going to want to do like a few spits just because it does feel kind of weird. Some other things you're going to notice as you're doing coconut pulling is you are going to get pieces of like food that are hidden that you didn't get with maybe your toothbrush. That happens to me every single time. I always get like a chunk of food that's hidden somewhere. One thing I will do, I will occasionally kind of vigorously swish it in my mouth, but only if I notice there's a particular spot where I can't like easily push it between my teeth. Then I'm assuming there's something kind of blocking it, so I try to like vigorously try to get it through there. But I don't do it for an extreme amount of time just because I don't want my mouth to get really tired. But now once you're all done, you are going to want to brush your teeth. You don't want to go without brushing your teeth just because you want to make sure you're getting everything off that maybe the coconut oil collected, just because it is collecting a bunch of the bad bacteria and like junk that is in your mouth. So you want to finish getting rid of all of that by brushing your teeth. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick. And then once you are done brushing your teeth, you are all finished. And for those of you who don't really know what coconut pulling is, I realized I didn't say anything at the beginning. It's basically an old Indian medical tradition that helps handle a lot of like the bad bacteria that's in your mouth. So you get a lot of bacteria that hangs around on the outside of your teeth and that causes plaque and such. And what this basically does is it sweeps it up and it basically melts it in the coconut oil and then gets it out of your mouth, which is the important thing. And this has been around for centuries. Millions of people swear by it. And I've definitely noticed a change with my teeth when I do it. Me and my husband both do it on not an extremely regular basis. But now the big question that I want to address is, can you do coconut pulling if you are allergic to coconut? And the answer is you can do this with other types of oils. They just find that the best one is the coconut one, and that's just because of the fattiness of it. It collects things a lot easier. However, you can definitely grab a oil that you are not allergic to and you can still do coconut pulling with that type of oil as well. So if this is going to be your first time trying it out, I wouldn't do it every single day. I don't think you really necessarily need to. Just do it occasionally, just to kind of collect some of that bad bacteria that's gathering in your mouth. This is also great for people who do have a lot of like teeth sensitivities or like just teeth issues. If you have like a really bad brushing schedule or you just have really bad teeth in general, like mine are not the greatest, and that's just kind of a genetic thing. This is definitely something that I think is really helpful. Your teeth also feel like really clean afterwards. It's like a nice feeling once you've brushed them. But that is how you do a coconut pulling. If you have any questions about this, I am going to link a few more websites down below in the description box, so you can go feel free to check those out. They're ones that I used when I was researching this last year, and I found them to be really helpful. They also deal with a lot of the other benefits that coconut pulling has that maybe I haven't mentioned in this video. So if you want to know a little bit more, definitely head down there and check it out. But also feel free to leave any questions you have about coconut pulling down below in the description box. If you are experiencing something weird with it, or if you're just like curious about something, definitely feel free to ask. I would love to answer all of your questions. But I think that's it for today's video, guys. Short, sweet, and simple. I've absolutely loved coconut pulling, and I would totally recommend doing it occasionally. I don't think you have to do it on an everyday basis. But let me know in the comments below if you also do coconut pulling and if you have any tips or tricks that you would like to share as well. But other than that, if you are new to my channel and you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to subscribe and click the little bell down below. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.